In the glitzy world of daytime television, where drama unfolds on screen with scripted precision, real-life crises can strike with a raw, unfiltered intensity that leaves even the most seasoned actors reeling. Greg Vaughan, the beloved star of Days of Our Lives, recently faced such a moment when his young son, Landon, was involved in a terrifying bicycle accident that sent shockwaves through his family and fans alike. In a heartfelt Instagram post that gripped the hearts of thousands, Vaughan shared the chilling details of the incident, revealing not only the fragility of life, but also the incredible resilience of his son and the profound gratitude he feels for the first responders who stepped in during a moment of crisis. This is the story of a family tested by fear, bound by love, and uplifted by the power of community and hope. At TV Days Drama Digest, we're more than just a channel reporting on the latest in soap opera storylines. We're a community that connects with the real lives of the stars who bring those stories to life. Today, we dive deep into Greg Vaughan's emotional journey, exploring the accident that shook his world, the lessons it imparted, and the unbreakable spirit of a young boy who reminded us all of the importance of safety and perseverance. Join us as we unpack this dramatic chapter in the Vaughan family's life, a tale that's as inspiring as it is heart-wrenching. The accident, a moment that changed everything. It was a day like any other, filled with the carefree energy of childhood, until it wasn't. Greg Vaughan's son, Landon, was out enjoying a bike ride, the wind in his hair and the world at his wheels, when disaster struck. In a split second, a joyful moment turned into a parent's worst nightmare. Landon's bicycle veered off course, and he was thrown to the ground in a violent crash that left him battered and broken. The details of the accident, as shared by Vaughan on Instagram, paint a vivid picture of a scene that could have ended in tragedy, but for one critical factor, Landon was wearing a helmet. "Oh, Landon," Vaughan wrote in his emotional post, his words dripping with a mix of relief and lingering fear. Wearing a helmet really saved him from a much worse outcome. Those words resonate deeply, a stark reminder of how a single piece of safety equipment can mean the difference between life and death. The helmet, a simple yet life-saving accessory, absorbed the brunt of the impact, shielding Landon's head from catastrophic injury. But even with this protection, the accident was far from minor. Landon was rushed to the hospital, his small body bruised and battered, his wrist shattered, and his skin marked by painful road abrasions that told the story of his fall. As Greg Vaughan recounted the ordeal, his words carried the weight of a father who had faced the unthinkable. The image of Landon lying in a hospital bed, surrounded by beeping monitors and concerned medical staff, is one that no parent can imagine without a shudder. Yet, amidst the fear and uncertainty, there was a glimmer of hope, a testament to the strength of a young boy whose spirit refused to be broken. The heroes of the hour, first responders, step in. In the chaos of the accident, as Greg and his family grappled with the shock of seeing Landon injured, a team of first responders arrived to provide not only medical expertise, but also compassion and reassurance. Vaughan's gratitude for these unsung heroes was palpable in his Instagram post, where he praised their amazing care and concern every step of the way. These paramedics, nurses, and doctors worked tirelessly to stabilize Landon, ensuring that his injuries were treated with the utmost precision and care. Imagine the scene, sirens blaring as the ambulance races through the streets, Landon strapped to a stretcher, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and determination. The first responders, trained for moments like these, moved with a calm efficiency that belied the urgency of the situation. They assessed his injuries, administered pain relief, and provided the kind of steady presence that can anchor a family in the midst of a storm. For Greg Vaughan, a man accustomed to portraying strength on-screen as Eric Brady, this real-life crisis revealed the true heroes who operate far from the spotlight. Their efforts paid off. Landon's injuries, while serious, were not life-threatening. His broken wrist would require a cast and time to heal, and the road abrasions would leave scars that told a story of survival. But the fact that he was alive, alert, and already thinking about his next soccer game was nothing short of a miracle made possible by the quick thinking of those who answered the call. Landon's unbreakable spirit, a child's resilience shines. If there's one thing that stands out in Greg Vaughan's account of this harrowing experience, it's the extraordinary spirit of his son, Landon. Despite the pain of a broken wrist and the trauma of the accident, Landon's first question to the doctor wasn't about his injuries or the long road to recovery. Instead, with a spark of defiance that only a child can muster, he asked, "When can I play soccer?" Those words, shared by Vaughan in his post, have become a rallying cry for fans and followers, a symbol of a young boy's refusal to let adversity define him. Landon's question speaks volumes about his character. Here was a child who, in the face of pain and uncertainty, was already looking forward, dreaming of the soccer field where he could run, kick, and play with the same unbridled joy that had led him to that fateful bike ride. It's the kind of resilience that inspires, the kind that reminds us all that even in our darkest moments, there is a light within us that refuses to be extinguished. For Greg Vaughan, Landon's spirit was a beacon of hope during a time of overwhelming fear. As a father, he had faced the gut-wrenching possibility of losing his son, yet here was Landon, battered but unbroken, ready to take on the world again. It's a moment that Vaughan will carry with him forever, a reminder of the strength that lies within his family and the power of a child's indomitable will. A lesson in safety, the power of a helmet. Landon's accident is more than just a personal story of survival. It's a powerful reminder of the importance of safety. Greg Vaughan's Instagram post didn't just share the details of his son's ordeal. It issued a call to action for parents, children, and anyone who enjoys the freedom of a bike ride. The helmet that saved Landon's life wasn't just a piece of equipment. It was a lifeline, a barrier between a moment of fun and a potential tragedy. The statistics are sobering. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, bicycle-related injuries send thousands of children to emergency rooms each year, with head injuries being among the most severe. Helmets can reduce the risk of head injury by up to 85%, yet many children and even adults still ride without them, either out of ignorance or a false sense of invincibility. Landon's story is a wake-up call, a vivid illustration of why helmets matter and why no ride, no matter how short or routine, should happen without one. Greg Vaughan's decision to share this story publicly wasn't just about updating fans on his family's well-being. It was about using his platform to advocate for safety. By highlighting the role that Landon's helmet played in preventing a far worse outcome, he's encouraging others to take a simple but critical step to protect themselves and their loved ones. It's a message that resonates far beyond the world of daytime television, touching the lives of anyone who has ever hopped on a bike or watched a child do the same. Greg Vaughan, balancing stardom and fatherhood. For fans of Days of Our Lives, Greg Vaughan is a familiar face, a talented actor who has brought depth and heart to the role of Eric Brady for years. His recent return to Salem for the emotional storyline surrounding John's funeral in June 2024 was a poignant moment for viewers, a chance to see Eric navigate grief and family ties alongside his on-screen love, Nicole, and their young children. But off-screen, Vaughan's life is far more than red carpets and scripted drama. It's a life defined by the joys and challenges of fatherhood. Vaughan's move to France with his family in 2024 marked a new chapter, one that allowed him to step away from the hustle of Hollywood and focus on what matters most, his children. Landon's accident, however, brought into sharp focus the unpredictable nature of life, even in the midst of a carefully planned transition. As Vaughan stood by his son's hospital bed, the weight of his dual roles, celebrity and father, must have felt heavier than ever. Yet, through it all, he has remained a pillar of strength, using his platform to share not only his family's struggles, but also their triumphs. The outpouring of support from fans has been overwhelming, with thousands of comments flooding Vaughan's Instagram post. Messages of love, prayers, and well wishes have poured in, a testament to the connection that Vaughan has forged with his audience over the years. For many, this incident has made him more relatable than ever, reminder that even stars of the screen face the same fears and hopes as any parent. The road to recovery, a family united. As Landon begins his recovery, the Vaughan family is navigating a new reality, one filled with doctor's appointments, physical therapy, and the slow, steady process of healing. The broken wrist will mend, the road abrasions will fade, but the emotional scars of such a traumatic event may linger. For Greg Vaughan, the experience has undoubtedly deepened his appreciation for the fragility of life and the strength of his family's bond. Landon, true to his spirited nature, is likely already counting the days until he can lace up his soccer cleats and hit the field again. His determination is a source of pride for his father, who has watched his son face adversity with a courage that belies his young age. For the Vaughan family, this accident has been a test, but it has also been a reminder of what truly matters: love, resilience, and the support of a community that rallies around them in times of need. A call to action. Join the conversation. At TV Days Drama Digest, we're not just here to report the news. We're here to spark conversation and inspire action. Greg Vaughan's story is a powerful reminder of the importance of safety, the strength of family, and the impact of sharing our experiences with others. We invite you to join us in reflecting on this moment, to share your own stories of resilience, and to spread the message about the importance of wearing a helmet. What do you think of Greg Vaughan's heartfelt sharing? Have you or someone you know experienced a moment where a helmet made all the difference? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Together, we can raise awareness and ensure that stories like Landon's have happy endings. Conclusion: a story of survival and strength. In the world of daytime drama, happy endings are often hard-won, but in the real world, they can feel like miracles. Greg Vaughan's son, Landon, is living proof of that. His bicycle accident was a heart-stopping moment that could have ended in tragedy, but thanks to a helmet, quick-thinking first responders, and an unbreakable spirit, he's on the road to recovery. For Vaughan, this experience has been a stark reminder of life's unpredictability and the power of love and community to see us through. As we at TV Days Drama Digest reflect on this story, we're reminded of why we do what we do. To share the moments that matter, to celebrate the resilience of the human spirit, and to connect with a community that cares. Landon's story is one of survival, strength, and hope, a story that will linger in our hearts long after the headlines fade. Here's to Landon, to Greg Vaughan, and to every family that faces life's challenges with courage and grace. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.